Hello, racing fans. Welcome back to the channel for another episode in the series. We are now on selection 7 and 8 for our anti-post portfolio. Just a reminder, we are going to do 10 in total. So after today's episode, we will still have two spaces to fill. Short and snappy episodes, but we are actually going to take a look back at the squad so far, see how we are getting on. But obviously, we're going to check in with the lads first. Liam, how are you, mate? All good?
Yeah, all good, thanks, mate. Yeah, bit of a Valentine's Day hangover. Had a nice bit of grub and a few drinks with the missus last night. But other than that, Joe, yeah, I'm absolutely fine, mate. Wish my anti-post book was looking a bit better, mind.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. We've got time to put it right, I'm sure. Still a few selections to go. Jamie, was love in the air for you on Valentine's Day, was it?
Oh God, yeah, I
You had a bit
paid
of
for
a
the
party
Easter egg
yourself,
joke.
didn't you? You were
Oh my God,
it was
we haven't gone that like we were like two little small teenagers going around the town on Friday night, actually. Yeah, so it was a bit of a mad one. It was nice stuff because we rarely get a chance to go out together
nice,
because of
mate,
our
nice.
small ones. So yeah, it was a good
Good, mate.
night. But we paid for it yesterday.
Yeah, I bet. Mate, the videos, it was like you were at a global gathering or something. I don't know where the
Yeah,
hell you were. You could have been anywhere in the world. You could have been Ibiza with the
yeah,
videos we saw. But
the bright lights of Tralee.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
the back arse of
yeah,
Tralee.
the back arse.
Yeah. Right. Thanks everyone as well for tuning in. Again, if you can like and subscribe, that would be awesome. We're not far away from the Cheltenham Festival now. We'll announce our sort of preview, our festival preview plans in the next episode or two as well. And yeah, drop us some anti-post selections below. You may agree, you may disagree with some of ours, but that's part of the game. But also, if you're dropping a selection, give us a little bit of a reason why. I love looking at people's opinions and seeing why they fancy this, that, and t'other. He was a pretty good horse himself, wasn't he? Right, let's go on and take a look at the anti-post book. Should we look at the books first or review them after? We'll look at them first. Right,
Yeah,
Jay. We haven't even discussed how we do this. I'll read them out. Shall I one by one? You give us your thoughts?
yeah, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, all right, okay. Well, the yellow clay at 12 to 1 for the Stays Hurdle.
Gone dead in the water, but I might make it back because I think he's a chance in the Coral Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed, agreed. Calixos at 33 to 1. That's
Very
live as
happy.
hell, yeah.
Very happy. Still happy with it. I know. Look, Darrell O'Keefe was on the road to Cheltenham the day before the day the Tyeste is with Ruby Walsh, and he said,
Mm,
"Look, we're going to go straight there because he's a 10-year-old." I think he'd need the better ground like Marine to take on Majborough. So yeah, I'm still happy. I think he'll be in the
yeah,
first three. Look,
yeah.
it's his experience alone is fine.
Yeah, he's very, very, very good price still at the moment too, isn't he? So more than happy with that. James, Dr. Dominio 16s for the Bartlett.
Fell for the hype. I won't be falling for hype anymore.
Gaelic Warrior 8 to 1 for the Gold Cup.
Hopefully he turns up in the Gold Cup, but I get worried that he might turn up in the Ryanair.
Mm. Supremely West 16 to 1 for the Pertemps.
Think this is my best one, yeah. I really do. I think he'll win the per temps, especially now long draw is not out. Sorry, I know Liam put him up. I'm not being a pain, but yeah, I'm really happy with him.
Skylight Hustle 18 to 1. Was that for
The
the
Turners, yeah,
Turners? Yeah.
yeah, has a chance. Looked the way like don't know would it won. Probably wouldn't have beaten Talk to Talk at Christmas at Leopardstown. And Talk to Talk wins the Grade One from Ballyfed and King Rasco Bray. Has a chance each way. Going to be deep race, maybe Mighty Park,
Mhm.
Active Innocence, and all them will be in it. No drama descent. But 18 to 1 to win the first three, I'm happy with that.
Perfect. Okay, Liam, let's have a scan at your book. You've got a lot of mares in here. We'll get them out of the way first. July Flower 33 to 1 for the Arkle.
Yeah, whether she's going to be good enough, not too sure. You'd have to be forgiving of the last day. Obviously, won the trial. She may not line up here. She obviously could go mares or Jack Richards, but yeah, no value in the price either. I imagine she's bigger than the 33s and she was tipped at, so not a great one.
Only by night, 33 to 1 for the champion chase.
Yeah, potentially an even worse one. Grand Annual, I think, or Mares is more likely. I do think he wants 2 miles. So I can't see it turning up. So yeah, another one at 33s, but yeah, no good, I don't think, mate.
Take no chances, 40 to 1 for the mares hurdle.
Yeah, 16s now. Lossy Mouth would have to have an off day, but she can turn it into a Dower Stain test. May well still have a good each way squeak. So 40s is a nice enough price to be sat on.
You prove 25 to 1 for the Bartlett.
Gone,
Long draw, 33 to 1 for the Pertemps.
gone.
Yeah, that's injury though. It's annoying when you lose them
Yeah,
for injury,
right.
isn't it? 'Cause you sort of feel a bit hard done by. Okay. We'll have
And
a quick
20 to 1 for the Gold Cup.
2020. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Um, Honesty. So my book, honesty policy, 16 to 1 for the stayers. Happy with that. 7 to 2, currently second favorite. Classical Creek, 25 to 1 for the Bartlett. He's now about 66 to 1 for the Bartlett, but who knows? Marine, 4 to 1 for the Champion Chase, is what it is. Salvatore Mundi, 14 for the Arkle, gone. Cocktail, Devan, 16 to 1 for the Browns. Okay with that still. Echo in Silence, 14 to 1 for the Mares Novice. I am very happy with her. Right, but we're going to add selections 7 and 8 to the books now, lads. Like you said, we live and we learn. With anti-post punting, we always do with horse racing in general. Certainly a few things I've got to take on board for next season. I'm sure like the rest of us too. But Jamie, let's go into your 7th selection next.
It's in the Jack Richards Novices Chase. I'm going to take a chance that he doesn't turn up in the Browns. A lot of people put up for the Browns at the start of the season. He's 16 to 1 for the Jack Richards non-run money back. It's Jimmy Desoy, last year's Coral Cup winner. He doesn't have an official market, I think, that hasn't been given, but he obviously won the Coral Cup beating Impose Trois off 146 last year, Joe. It's just, if you cast your mind back to his debut, look who he beat is the big Westerner. But look at the ground. You look at the ground, it says yielding the soft on the site, Racing Post site, but it was goodish ground for that time of year, and I think he just needs better ground. If he beat the Big Westerner won the Mayor's race at Limerick at Christmas, and the Big Westerner needs, and you know yourself, needs soft to heavy ground. But I think Jimmy decides not to love it soft to heavy ground because he bombed out at Limerick at Christmas behind Final Demand. Then he went obviously to DRF, won by Kate Doughty. Final Demand kind of flopped. Western Fold was second, and Jimmy Desai made a kind of same fall. It just reminds me, just cast your mind back. It just reminds me we were there to DRF, me and you, and everyone saying, "Oh, Gaelic Warrior has no chance at Cheltenham." Falls behind Factor File, the same type of fall at the last. What happens? Gaelic Warrior and Factor File both win at Cheltenham. Do you know what I mean? So. It just reminds me of that. I think he'd be better off in a handicap. His mark over hurdles is 155. If he gets less than 150, I'm hoping 148. On better ground, handicap based, the way he won the Coral Cup last year, I'm going to take a chance. Now, he could turn up in the Browns, the chance you take, but 16 to 1, money back if he doesn't turn up. I think if he runs in a Jack Richards, you'll see a better horse on spring ground. Hopefully, it's not soft to heavy, it's soft-ish, good to soft, whatever he wanted in the Coral Cup last year. And if he turns up here in that type of a ground off a handicap pace, if the mark is just lower than 150, like Caldwell Potter won it off 146 last year, I think if he runs here, Jimmy Desai will win this. And yeah, I'd be very confident.
You're on mute, mate.
Sorry about that, boys. Jimmy Desoy for the Jack Richards there for Jamie. Liam, who is your number 7, please?
My number 7 comes in the Jack Richards.
Oh, right, okay.
Was trained by Willie Mullins, called Jimmy Desoy.
Oh, right, okay. Two for Jimmy, genuinely, yeah?
Yeah, genuinely, yeah.
Nice.
I really like his chances. He may well have to contend with top weight, as Jamie's alluded to. The fact that he's rated 155, that'd be a similar mark to what Springwell Bay was top weight in this last year. But he was competitive before coming down 3 out, and he unfortunately was fatally injured. I think I've got some good news, Jamie, in the fact that I think he's been scratched from the Browns. So he
Perfect.
just doing the betting, I think, with one firm or something, but I just that's it hasn't been corrected. So if he does go, it's either a supplementation into the stayers, or he definitely lines up here. But for all the reasons that Jamie's given, I won't just repeat what he said. I think he's a class animal. You want a graded horse in this handicap, and I think he could be it. Hopefully the ground keeps drying, because as Jamie's mentioned, he scoped poorly after his second start and just didn't like the ground the last 2 days, I don't think. So hopefully it's good to soft, genuine good to soft ground, and I think he's got a cracking chance. So yeah, 16 to 1, Jimmy Desoy for me as well.
Wow, 2 for Jimmy Desoy for the Jack Richards. Nice one, boys. Okay, my selection is going to come in the champion bumper. I've actually put up 2 for the race. I'm not going to try and short side people. If you want to go and have a look at the other, it is on my Twitter. But for this series, I am actually going to be putting up Keep Him Company for Gordon Elliott and Gigginstown. This is just a horse that I've been really impressed with. And A horse that probably wouldn't have fit my picture of a bumper horse a few years ago, but just again, bit of time, watching plenty of these sort of races. It's not really just all about speed and looking flashy. You generally want quite a hardy sort, and I think keeping company is exactly that. He came from Kildare after winning his point to point, and then he's obviously made a pretty decent impression in his two bumper starts to date. He won in Fairy House on debut, beating Generous Risk. Generous Risk obviously went on and ran in that the grade two bumper at Leopardstown, which was won by Broadway Ted. But in that race with Broadway Ted, you had With No Limit, Charismatic Kid, some plenty of real nice horses there, sort of in the lineup. But next time out, after beating Generous Risk by 3 lengths, Keeping Company then went to Leopardstown to beat a horse called Passenger by 4.5 lengths. Then a further 3.5 lengths back was Royal Hillsborough, who we could obviously say was a bit unfortunate to not win that the grade two at Leopardstown in February, where you sort of got a bit of a poor finishing ride, where they missed it with the finishing line, whatever it was. I'm not so sure, but Keeping Company just looks solid. He's got a bit of pace, he's got a bit of stamina. I quite like this horse, boys. I can't see him being too far away. I think he's the each way angle in the market. Look at the likes of Love Sign, Danu, and things like that, 5 to 1. That doesn't interest me at all. But Keeping Company, plenty to like about a 16 to 1 profile. And I imagine he's going to go off single figures on the day, and he'll be my seventh selection. Okay, should we just go the same way around again? James, you happy with
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yep. Selection number 8, please.
I know I said in the handicap video that I liked a horse for the county and a horse for the Carl Cup, but there was an interview done the last day with Nicky Henderson by a certain someone that we all know, and at the end of the video, Nicky Henderson nominated that a horse called Joyeuse will run in the county.
Oh, well.
So she is 33 to 1 non-runner no bet for and Paddy Power for this. Just cast your mind back to the horse. This is the winner of last year's now, which is now the William Hill Hurdle. Joya's won it. The old Betfair Hurdle at Newbury. They went to Cheltenham, so it wasn't qualified for the handicaps last year. Now, before that run in the Betfair Hurdle, you have to remember this now, right? That she ran in a 2.5 mile race over the new track on the 14th of December 2024. Who won it? Wood Who? Wood Who went on to win the Martin Pipe, and look who was third. A horse that Liam's likes. Take No Chances. That form is massive. But failed chasing. The mark in the mirror, she ran in the mirror's hurdle last year, 6 behind Lassie Mouth. I don't think she properly stays 2.5 miles. I think she 2 miles wanted the county is perfect for her. She's failed at chasing, but look back as well. She returned in the old Labrador Hurdle, Handicap Hurdle at Ascot, back over hurdles before Christmas, Joe. And look who was in the race. Alexi's just won a Kingwell Hurdle. Live Conti, unfortunately, won't run in the county. And look who was just behind Joyeuse. Liam tipped it yesterday at Ascot. Fiercely proud. The form is there. She ran in a 2 mile mare's novice hurdle where she was beaten by O'Betty and Le Conquier, only beaten 4 lengths. And Nicky Henderson said if she jumped the last, she would have won. The mark is unchanged, 138. Now she could turn up in a pipe because if she's ran over course and distance before behind Woodhull in the handicap hurl, as I said. But look, he said county. I'm going to take county. 33 to 1 non back off a mark of 138. There's still scope off that, and she probably would have won a handicap last year if she was qualified at Cheltenham. So 33 to 1 is massive. I know I like bunting. I've said I like bunting. I like that as well. But I think it's too good not to put it up. So 33 to 1 Joyous for the county hurdle.
Love it. Nice one, James. Really good case made for Joyeuse in the county. Liam, selection number 8 then, please.
Yeah, I know we try to keep these from each other, don't we, before we come on? So
Yeah.
have authentic reactions to each of the selections and whatnot. Mine also comes in the county. It's not Joyeuse, however. I'm not just following Jamie's lead this time. In the last 12 years, only one trainer who isn't called Dan Skelton or Willie Mullins has won this race. Can you remember which trainer that was?
Fahy,
Well done, Jamie. What horse?
Belfast Banter.
Oh,
Good memory. Yeah, Belfast Banter, the only one. So you're looking ideally for a Skelton or a Willie Mullins horse. Willie's won this the last 2 years, and he's won it 6 out of the last 12. Just some of the trends that my selection meets is you're looking for horses that are raised 5 or 6, 9 of the last 12 winners. You're looking for horses that have some course form, horses that are rated between 134 and 141. And again, looking at those main 2 yards for this race. So I've gone with a Willie Mullins horse. I did give him a mention on our handicap video. It's Bunting for Tony Bloom. I just think potentially he's been laid out for this. He meets a lot of the criteria. I mentioned that the 9 of the last 12 winners were rated between 134 and 141. Bunting is off the bottom of that 134. I can't see the UK handicapper giving him much more than that, should he choose to do so, to kind of take him out of that bracket. And I just think he's been laid out for it. Cobden Road in the last day at Leopardstown was given, I don't think, the best opportunity to win that day. And I think potentially Harry Cobden will be back on board again. If money starts to come for him and he's very well punted, I imagine it potentially would be Tony Bloom's money. And we all know how shrewd that man is. So he's my idea of the winner. I think you can get around about 20 to 1. And I wouldn't put people off playing a few, 2 or 3 in these sort of handicaps, win only at nice prices. If you take the 33s about James, something else, and also this lad, then hopefully we won't steer you too far wrong. But yeah, Bunting for me in the county, mate, at 20s.
Lovely. Thanks very much, Liam. Okay, and then my eighth selection is going to come in the Boodles on the opening day of the Cheltenham Festival. Big fan of this filly, and it's Highland Crystal. A really nicely bred horse for Gordon Elliott. Now she's actually 3 for 3 already. Typically with a horse like Highland Crystal, I think if there was no Monge 2, she would be um in the Triumph Hurdle. She's 3 for 3 now. She won over 2 miles 2 at Punchestown, then came over to Newbury and sluiced home over six by 6 lengths. And then last time out, obviously, she beat Saratoga by 3/4 of a length. And I know a lot of people are saying the forming behind her is worth more. Not so sure about that myself. I think Highland Crystal is the one that could turn into a potential graded animal. And the fact that she had to do all the donkey work out in front just made it much easier for those in behind. So I think she's good value for that short distance win. 16 to 1 with Unibet. She has been 12 to 1, but they've obviously just priced this market up to, you can get 16 to 1 with Unibet. Absolute steal. 4 places available across all bookies. I'd be very, very surprised if she was outside of the first four. Can't see them bring a Monge 2 here. She'll be too high. They'll probably save her, I think, for Fairy House. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't even see her in the Triumph now. So Highland Crystal for me in the Boodles, each way at 16 to 1. Okay. Anything else to add then, gents, or is that it for the time being?
I'll just quickly throw one out there just to get your
Yeah,
thoughts.
of course.
Constitution Hill, a race being laid on for him and now potentially balloted out of it. Is it sweet
Isn't
justice?
that a joke? Isn't that
Yeah,
a joke?
I got to be honest, Liam. I don't agree. I don't agree with nearly any of it, to be honest with you. I don't agree with the fact that we've used his name for prize money for a flat campaign race to try and bring people in. I just don't agree with that. If you're not gonna run him in the champion hurdle, then say so now. They already know whether they're gonna take their chance or not, in my opinion, because they're not gonna learn anything from running him on the flat.
No.
Like, what are you gonna run and go? He was brilliant. Let's get him back over hurdles. It's nonsense.
Makes
So
sense.
here's my he shouldn't be running on the flat. He won't run there on the flat. They shouldn't have made a race for him. And if you're going to run him in the champion hurdle, crack on and run him in the champion hurdle.
And
Stop arsing around.
did Daddy Longlegs get in?
Yeah, I think he's two of
That's brilliant.
yeah.
Like when he's Willie's playing
Mm,
my games with Pro and
yeah.
Nicky,
I
right?
just
That's brilliant.
I'm
That's the only
honestly
good thing about him. It's
no,
funny.
sure. I
Yeah,
just don't and I don't understand it. Like the whole
I
if
don't
anyone's
understand it either.
listening and they've got a better idea of why this is even a thing, it's just ridiculous. And then you ask people and sort of say, what would you do? And they're like, oh, I'll keep him on the flat. And it's like, why? He's a 9-year-old now. It's like, what are you gonna do with him? It's what are you gonna gain? Just
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
anyway, don't want to go off on one. It's Sunday morning, boys.
Haven't asked.
What about you? What about you?
Oh no, I just find it quite funny the naivety that they thought they were going to slap on a 40 grand prize pot to the winner of some bog standard race on the all weather and think that nobody else was going to enter. Like
Yeah.
hilarious, really.
I do like it, like you said there, Jane, that Willie Mullins is throwing Daddy Longlegs in there. So
Oh,
wherever
brilliant.
go,
That
wherever
was
go
brilliant.
to,
That
like,
was
you know.
brilliant. But I just have a feeling now there'll be a big circus about it again, which there shouldn't be, and he'll get
Mm,
in. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
As a reserve. It's gonna happen.
I don't think he'll run myself. Again,
Mm.
like if this was a graded race on a weekend,
Yeah.
would you want to run him now just before the Cheltenham Festival? You probably wouldn't, would you? You'd keep him
No,
fresh
no.
now, wouldn't you? So
Oh well.
anyway, let us know what you think. We'll come back to this on the next episode and we'll have a bit of a rant. It's Sunday morning. It's too early to rant. It's too early to get angry. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you all real soon.